Welcome back. Nandan Nilekani is hoping that his clean image and fresh entry into politics is something that will win him votes in a metro like Bangalore. But he's up against a formidable opponent, Anant Kumar, who is a senior leader of the BJP and has not lost an election from South Bangalore in the 5 last consecutive times. I want to ask Anant Kumar what's in this election for him when he gets against Nandan Nilekani. Does it make him nervous? Welcome to the Real Politic, Mr. Anant Kumar. You are the 5-time MP from South Bangalore. But this time, it's going to be the first time that it's a 3-cornered contest. You have IT czar Nandan Nilekani and also the Aam Aadmi Party contesting from a metro like Bangalore. Does that make you nervous?
Where is Aam Aadmi Party? Actually, it is a direct fight between Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress. It's direct fight between Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi.
Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi. So, you think that the Narendra Modi wave is enough to make you win the seat of South Bangalore despite the fact that you have somebody like Nandan Nilekani, who's a rookie in terms of being a politician but has a clean image?
Bangalore has always elected non-Congress MPs in last 25 years, from K.S. Hegde to Anant Kumar. Bangalore has always rejected Congress. Bangalore has always loved me. They have given me 5 times the mandate, and they know that people have to elect Anant Kumar for a better Bangalore and better India.
But why don't you think this time is, we're talking about change, you're talking about bringing change to the center. Isn't that sentiment something that Bangalore may be facing change?
There is tremendous sentiment of change in Bengaluru, but for the center. They don't want Manmohan Singh, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. They don't want the misrule of Congress and UPA to repeat. They want good governance, because there are only 3 options before the people of India and people of Bangalore: good governance, bad governance and no governance. Good governance is Narendra Modi, bad governance is the troika of Congress party, and no governance is of course Kejriwal.
But they've experienced bad governance with the BJP, they've experienced corruption with the BJP, because Yediyurappa was your chief minister and your face of the BJP in Karnataka. You've been rooted out in the assembly elections. So what makes you so confident when it comes to the Lok Sabha elections?
We are not rooted out. We are the single largest, we are the main opposition party in Karnataka, and for whatever has happened in Karnataka, people have given their verdict in 2013, and it is a state election. They have already given their verdict, and now they are going to give verdict.
But you've got Yediyurappa back into the BJP fold. Is that something that you think is electorally beneficial to the BJP, or does that bring back the stamp of corruption on the alternative politics that the BJP is talking about?
People of Karnataka are going to give their mandate and verdict for 2014 elections. They know the difference between a municipality election, a state election and a central election. Now they are going to elect a central government, a prime minister. And regarding Yediyurappa ji, he is a frontline Kisan Neta of Karnataka. And
but he's got a backlog of cases against him.
He provided a pro-people government.
Why not addressing the corruption issue?
We are addressing, definitely we are addressing the corruption issue at the national level. And I am repeating.
So at the state level you can compromise with corruption?
No.
With Yediyurappa?
Whenever the issues came up, we took actions. But at the same time, now the thing that is on the anvil is the national elections.
National elections. So Modi's persona is what you're planning to actually milk in this election. But the fact is that people are going to say, you threw out Yediyurappa, you got him back. You said Yediyurappa would not contest elections, he's contesting elections. Whichever word that you give as far as fighting corruption is concerned, you go back. When it comes to Sri Ramulu and doing business with Sri Ramulu, Sushma Swaraj tweets that she is against it, but the rest of the party, because of its caste combinations and electoral combinations, wants Sri Ramulu back. So what kind of principles is the BJP living on?
Issues in these elections is Narendra Modi and good governance at the national level. At the same time, what Bharatiya Janata Party and per se Anant Kumar has done for Bangalore. I brought Kempegowda International Airport, first ever greenfield airport. I brought metro to Bangalore. I provided 500 MLD of additional water of Kaveri to Bangaloreans. Got a 1,000 crore rupees
Nandan
credit
Nilekani has a clean record. He's brought the Aadhaar card. He's got modernization. He's an IT czar. It's an IT city. Why would Nandan Nilekani not be preferable? Why would Anand Kumar be preferable?
Aadhaar card is a national betrayal. They are betraying the national security, and only residents. Any resident can get a Aadhaar card who is living more than 11 months in India, and all the Bangladeshi illegal immigrants and such other people, they are getting Aadhaar cards. Therefore, it puts the national security in jeopardy. If America has rejected a similar program, UK has rejected the similar program, Australia has rejected such a similar program, why India should adopt it? And Aadhaar is totally Niradhar.
What about Nandan Nilekani as an alternative politician, you know, to the regular routine politician that you see? Though the Congress may be on a losing wicket countrywide, there seems to be anti-incumbency that they are fighting. But Nandan Nilekani brings freshness to the election battle. Is that something that you would worry about?
Because of Aadhaar, rather than bringing freshness, he has brought gloom. Because in the entire country, that you are providing citizenship rights to the people by declaration. In any other country, it is by determination. You are putting the national security into jeopardy, and without a parliamentary sanction, without a proper act, you have pushed through such a huge program without any debate. I don't understand a person who can do this will get the mandate of people. They don't agree with that.
But do you think in this election it's going to be caste-based politics that's going to be important? Money, is it going to play an important part? Because in Karnataka and states in the south, money plays a big part. What do you think is going to be the determining factor in this election?
The determining factor in this election is the urge for change at the national level. The urge of the people to provide a person the mantle of governing this country who has been tested and trusted. Narendra Modi has been tested and trusted. Therefore, people are going to vote him for that purpose.
In the Narendra Modi versus Rahul Gandhi battle, you think it is advantage Narendra Modi?
Definitely. Because for Atalji, we used to use that phrase, tried, tested and trusted. And today, if people of India and more so people of Bangalore, they will look at the entire national context. They know that in Narendra Modi, we have a tried, tested and trusted leader. We have in Anand Kumar a tried, tested and trusted representative. Anand Kumar has always brought good news to Bangalore. This they know.
So will it be the Congress versus BJP fight? Will it be Nandan Nilekani versus Anand Kumar, or will it be the Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi battle in South Bangalore? We'll see when elections happen in April, but clearly the way things are looking at this moment, it's a head-on battle between Nandan Nilekani and Anand Kumar. That's all we have for you this weekend on The Real Politic. But coming up, many more political showdowns and the real politics in The Real Politic.